What up? What up? Good morning, y'all. It's let me see. The time is 6:24 a.m. Woke up at like 6. Brushed my teeth. Did my due diligence at home. Um, I gotta go home and finish the rest of my 100 push-ups that I usually do right before my shower. The plan was to wake up, do 50 push-ups, do a workout, and do 50 more push-ups right before my shower. Get my blood pumping so the water can be cold. I haven't been consistent with it too much. But sometimes I'll be super motivated, boom, push-ups done. And then, most of the times motivation doesn't stick through. This is why discipline's important. And I know last time we went over some bag work. That was some decent footage. I don't know, the camera wasn't recording my face the whole time. I thought it was. So that's a bummer. I don't really have a camera person or crew or didn't really check the angles. I thought it was working, but I guess we're on the wrong. Right now it's 6:25 maybe, 6:25 a.m. And the reason the lights are bright is because I'm at the church, which is right behind my home. So these are like a subdivision. That's where my home is, all the way down there. And I usually come here with my dad early in the morning, just like walking and talking. And they have like nice street lights all the way down there too, which would make for some good lighting. Get some footage out of the way. I'm not sure how heavy I am gonna go. I'll cover what I did last time. Last time when I put the bag work footage out there, it was the first time I worked out a lot in a minute. I usually work out like that during wrestling season back when I was in high school, and that was an everyday thing for me. But after not having worked out like that in a long time, it made my whole body sore, my abs sore, my lower abdomen, upper abdomen, arms, legs, everything sore. Back too. But it was like a good sore, because your body's healing up, and whenever you rested, it was just like comfortable. So that's the benefit I usually get from working out. Everybody gets from working out. It's never like a crazy amount of pain. It's always just a nice sore. And then you take a good amount of rest, you start looking good. One more thing I definitely wanted to go over is like visualization. For, let's see, like kind of imagining how your body's gonna look like, or just flexing in the mirror, just like noticing tiny things, and making slight improvements, right? Maybe I'm taking my genetics for granted, but I've always felt like that I was gonna be kind of like this height, this size, kind of like always manifested into it, and it's worked out for me, luckily. Oh shoot, how do I flip the camera on this? Cooked. All right, we're gonna have to record front facing. Let's see. So we reached one of the street lights, and now I'm starting to look all bright. The camera quality is pretty good. I'm gonna set my camera down here, and then right here is perfect. Oh shit, there we go. Nice, money. All right, I'm not sure if I'm audible enough like I was earlier. I'll still just talk. Increase the volume on your device if needed be. Let's see. I might just go over kickboxing, or like just boxing, or just a little bit of shadow boxing. Really, nothing crazy. Can't really do much of shadow wrestling out here because it's concrete, and I can't do it at home either because my family be interrupting me all the time, and my dad's got a meeting, so he's gonna be like not wanting any noise, and my mom's always just kind of like yelling around. All right. Bouncing. Also, take a look at my shoes, man. Taekwondo shoes. I bet you've never seen this before. You gotta get them back in trend. Look looks nice, it's tight, and then it takes super easy to move around in. Keeps you like all shuffly. Alright. So let's go over some stances real quick. I remember in Taekwondo they told me to have a super bladed stance, like right there, right here, where my body is like completely side facing, so the target's really small, right? Versus like if I'm right here, the target's a lot bigger, right? So if I'm completely bladed, I have my leg to move up real easy, right? The only problem with Taekwondo stance going over to like kickboxing is the leg kicks. I came into my MMA gym and then I'm going at it and then boom, just chop, chop, chop. They're just chopping at my leg and then it's like pain for like so many days, right? So, but the benefit with having a bladed stance is that if you're quick enough, you can move out of it, and then you can always just throw these front kicks, right? Front kicks, and then you can set up the rear end stuff real easy, right? Hook kicks, front kick, right? I'm definitely not as flexible as I thought I was. A second. Always rotate your body, y'all. Should have thought of that before I started recording. That's on me. It doesn't take much just to get your joints a little bit of blood flow. Jump around, jump around. There we go. Nice. Alright. But yeah, don't have a crazy bladed stance if MMA is your goal, right? I mean, I shouldn't be telling y'all what to do, but it's just your preference. If you don't want to get your legs chopped up, right? I've been working on my Muay Thai stance. I've been having this one guy, Brandon Bernai, you know, like a legit Muay Thai guy, kind of like help me out with this stuff. I'm not all the way up there yet, but slowly making my way up. Muay Thai is a lot more like square than Taekwondo, which is all the way bladed, right? I kind of go for like a little in between, like right here, right? Where I'm still, like just a little 45 degree. From here, I'm still quick enough. Already pivoted from my front leg kicks to attack, right? Boom, and I'm still. If I decide to check, then I can throw another rear leg kick at them, right? All a bunch of roundhouses. You're never really throwing end teeps, roundhouses and teeps. You're never really throwing any fancy kicks all the time, unless you're like Conor McGregor. Goes to super bladed stance, goes to the back kick, right? This is just a bunch of stance talk, right? And now let's go over some throwing hands. This is something I'll admit I've never really had professional training on, but I do grasp the concept a little bit, and nobody's ever like questioned me on it too much. It's really not that hard if you get the basics down, and then you just gotta put your own little twist to it. So, there's a jab, right? With the jab, I used to always keep my fist closed the whole time. You don't want to do that. I've seen Ryan Garcia talk about it sometime on YouTube. Like, keep it a little open, the last minute close. You're gonna get way more distance out of this. So if I'm keeping it closed the whole time, I'm getting like right here. Versus like if I'm keeping it open and then I'm closing, I can't tell if you guys are seeing it, but it's a lot more distance, and it's a lot more snappy, a lot more stingy. Like, right? And then throwing a straight. That's also important. Not a lot of people know the basics too well. If you get these two things right, the power in your punches goes up by a lot, right? Like a lot. Because I was with one of my big friends, and he's on the punching machine. He doesn't really know how to fight, but he throws a hand, and he's strong, so he already gets a huge high score. And I'm like, just tell him to tweak his stance a little bit, and then finish, and then his score goes up by another 100. Right? Big guy, 6'2", 250 pounds, really athletic, right? That shows to go how you don't know how to use your body, then, or if you do know how to use your body, you can control and manipulate a lot of things. Because a guy as small as me could throw a harder punch than like somebody else. It's a lot bigger than me, right? Okay, so favorite combo, boom, boom, boom. And then Also, most of my boxing knowledge comes from the show Hajime no Ippo. It's an anime. Beautiful. We go over a lot of, how do I explain it? Like techniques and details of everything, right? The first thing he learns is straight, like how to throw a hard straight, like step in, boom, hip, and like twist and turn. Produces a lot, much more power. And then he learns how to jab and then grab leads, right? As a form of practice, like a little snap, snap, snap. And then he learns how to throw an uppercut, hook, gazelle punch, and sort of the peekaboo style, keep a little shell. He's like based off of Mike Tyson, but in featherweight, right? Obviously, you don't gotta copy it word for word. Just find your own style in it, right? I always just switch it up a little bit. Because if you switch up your stance, like from southpaw to orthodox, and just keep going back and forth, that still messes with your head. And that's good enough, you know? I'm still trying to work on the pull back, like the fadeaway punch. I don't even know what it's called. Like the fadeaway shot on basketball. Just like pull back and throw a punch like Conor McGregor did on Aldo. It's hard to generate power because you're moving backwards and throwing a punch forwards, right? Hard. Also bouncing. This is mad important, right? Just throw the rhythm off. A lot of people are flat-footed and they're just going bah, 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 and they're just losing energy. Bait them, right? Keep baiting them. What I usually do is, when I know like we're infighting or when we're on close contact, I'm not bouncing around too much. I'm just bouncing like on my feet or on my, like my body's going up and down, but my feet isn't. Versus when I'm out fighting, when I have the distance, when I'm ready to kick, you want to stay bouncing because they can't telegraph your kicks, right? If I'm right here, I'm throwing a kick, you can see it coming. If I'm right here, right, boom, like it just looks like I'm bouncing the whole time, right? And even if I were to throw a kick and you see it, I can just switch it up because I'm bouncing the whole time. You don't want to waste all your energy on it, but keep it nice and smooth, nice and shuffle, right? And then my style of fighting is usually not letting them figure me out, but figure them out within the first 2 rounds. And it usually works best because all you got to do is figure them out, figure out the counters, right? And then, sorry if my shadowboxing is looking really floppy right now. I'm just tired. Don't really got the energy, but still working through the motions. Stay pivoting. Every time you throw a punch, boom. Full body got to commit to it. Throw a hook. Hooks can come in a little longer too. You're usually never throwing hooks this close unless you're infighting. If you're a little bit of a distance, you throw a jab, you throw a hook, you're a lot more further away. Yeah, so what I was saying earlier was I usually figure out how they fight within the first 2 rounds. I'm just bouncing around. I go a little defense, catch their kicks if they throw any, right? And I throw a little jab, right? Jab merchant out here, right? Throw a little 2-1-2-1-2. Throw a little hook here and there. Make them think I'm fighting, and then act like a little gassed or act a little tired. And you want to drain their energy. So even when you're clinching, you go with their motions. You let them get the upper hand, but at the same time, you're giving them a little bit of resistance where you're only putting your 40%, but they have to put their 100% to make you move a certain way. You're moving with them though, you know? But you're making them think you're gonna go against them, right? So they're putting their 100% into everything. They're like, I'm gonna push this guy over, okay? But you just go with it, make them think that they're winning. And now that you have almost all their arsenal out, because you take something, you see it, and the next time you block it, they're gonna throw something new. You just let that happen for the first round. First round, I'm always just goofing off. I can't even go over how I do it. Just do it, right? I just kind of, what is it called? Predict their moves, and then within the second, third round, subconsciously, my mind just knows what they're gonna go for, what they're gonna do, and I have them all figured out. And this is where I switch it up. I'm not as lazy anymore. Within the second, third round, I start generating energy, a little bit of second wind. What I do is a little bit of intimidation factor, right? So I'll be bouncing around, I'll hit them with the quick, boom, right? And I'll stay, and then next time I'll make them think I'm going for something here. Go boom, right? Leg kicks, chop them down. Now they're like, fuck, can't do too much, right? But then you still make them think they got a chance. So you just take you just take something, you go a little bit of defense, you're bouncing around, make them, and they're gonna start reading you too. So when they start reading you within the third round, it's never too late, right? Because they can always read you and adjust. That's when you start messing with their head, right? What I do to mess with their head is I'll bounce around, throw a little jab, straight, jab, hook, move around, and then when they start keeping up with me, then I'll jab and I'll come up a little bit, or I'll kick, leg kick, and I'll come up a little bit. When I have a little bit of distance, like right about here, with the camera and me, I'll start jumping really high, right? And I'll look at them, I'll start jumping even higher. And it's like, you never want to do that in a fight, and it's not really useful, and I shouldn't be giving out my sauce, but when I do that, they're just looking at me like up and down. They're never really like engaged. I never see anybody engaged because it's just such an off-putting move. I'll just do like 3 to 2 jumps or 1 to 3 jumps, like quick, right? And they're confused. Now their whole rhythm is like off chart. Then now I come back in, I throw in something else, and then I switch stance, right? Move my feet, right? You want to stay like confusing. And what I used to do in wrestling was I used to come here, I used to shake my hand like just like loose, not like I should like barely grab it like that, and then like let it stay loose. I should stay nice and loose, right? And the moment he came towards me, I would snap his head, right? Like just go bam, like wail it down, right? Or sometimes they wouldn't do that, and they would just like go back a little bit, or they'd just stand there. What I would do is I'd shake my hand, I'll just stand. There's videos of me doing it too. I'll just like shake my hand, I'll just stand, I'll look at them, and the moment they make charges, go boom, like snap them down, right? Because the whole time you're just messing with their head, you give them something they've never seen before, right? Then it's game over. Because a lot of these guys, they're like programmed to fight a certain way, right? They see the same opponents every time, so their body knows how to fight these couple things, right? You want to give them different looks. You want to throw them off so off guard that you see the opening, you create the opening, set it up, pull, put something nice in there, you know? And then you want to learn dashes too. So sometimes you're getting your leg chopped up, you're getting your face smashed in. You want to squat down a little bit. Dash. Ooh, not that good, but we can work on it, you know? Right, a little bit of dash. And then catching legs. That's why I always have my left hand down here. I always have my left hand down here. This is how I normally fight, like right here, right? You know, if anything happens, boom. Kind of like a little bit Conor McGregor style, not completely. And then sometimes when I know they're full Muay Thai, I switch it up and I'm coming here right here. So I'd rather just check and not get my leg smashed in. But if they're more of like a boxer type, or you know, just regular kickboxing type, or even just wrestlers, this is perfect right here, because they're gonna go for a shot. I can still sprawl and manage or down block anyhow. And sometimes some Muay Thai guys who are easy, once you predict their kicks, you can switch it up from the Muay Thai stance, move down here, and you just catch their legs, and then go boom, trip, right? Go for the trip. And then, let's see. My wrestling knowledge is definitely for sure far more extensive. My kickboxing knowledge only extends so far. I apologize. Should be training more. I really got time for the gym right now. But I work full time, right? another powerful punch is not just straight. It's even with the jab. You can throw here, and then once their block goes up there, this is all open. Boom, boom, and then step, and then boom, like this. This punch right here, I know it looks goofy, but man, is this shit powerful. Like, just step, and then like you just go down here. Boom, like your whole body, like when you do this movement right here, you can like spring off, right? Just go boom. Like that punch is like right in the sternum. You know, they're out of breath. And then once you kind of know where the liver is and you start going for the hooks there, it's easy money. People just start falling down. So that's also good. I'm not sure I'm as good at that as the other stuff that I've been going over. I don't know why the camera's being all weird. Oh, is it because there's a little bit of drizzling? My fault, y'all. Real poor camera lighting, etc. Still working on it. I'm just putting out raw, unedited footage. If you saw my last video, you know what I'm talking about. If I start getting a little bit of like people that want to watch my videos and stuff, maybe I'll start editing it, maybe not. Maybe I'll just find a better camera to do it with. Maybe I'll find a better environment. Maybe I'll start making more time for it. For now, I don't really got the time. I work 8 to 5. I got class 6 to 8:30. Come home, I gotta study a little bit for my class. Do a little bit of homework. I'm also like Army Reserve, so like once a month, I got like, you know, my whole weekend's booked because I got drill and everything. Actually now, since I missed a couple dates, I gotta make them all up. So I'm busy like 24/7, right? So the only time I really got is like time right now. Early in the morning, start recording my workouts. If I stay consistent with it, at least I'll consistently work out. You know, maybe the quality of the video is bad or etc. But you know, what can I really do, man? I don't got the time to even edit. You know, if you see my other videos on my YouTube channel, you'll know that I used to edit videos like trailer videos or, you know, like movie edits and stuff. But I don't got the time to goof off no more, man. Life's been kind of cooked. Just working all the time. Then I barely have a social life anymore. I go to work. A bunch of people that are old as shit. I don't really talk to them. There's not any meaningful conversations because you're working again, right? They're like, oh, get back to work. So slaving away at work, and then at class. Teacher's cool. At least that's a good plus point. The teacher's pretty nice and cool. And whatever he's teaching actually makes sense for the first time. But the students, they're not really engaging, and you don't really have the time to engage. The teacher just kind of yaps for however long we have class for, and then we just kind of head home. You know, nobody's got the energy late at night to like sit around and talk about some shit. And then I come home, and it really depends on my parents' mood. If they're gonna be like not yelling at me or yelling at me for some shit or the other. So I usually try to stay away from home, go stay with my friends or extended friends' homes sometimes, you know. At college, try to chill with them, hang out with them. Well, it's kind of cool. Yo, this shit. Are y'all seeing this? Or is it gonna like edit itself later? Like the lights is like sponged up like spider webs. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Yeah, what happened to like being young, man? What the fuck? I'm like old, had a full beard. I just kind of like feel like time just skipped past me, you know? Like COVID hit, and then like suddenly one day I'm really old, or like was I really conscious before, you know, like what was I doing? And like when I look past my memories, it feels like somebody else was living it, and it's not really me. I don't know. These are just like first world country problems because you got nothing else to think about. You know, there's people out there trying to make a living. I'm living kind of comfortably, if you ask me. I'm busy, but at least I got food 3 times a day, and I got a shelter, and I got clothes, right? I'm almost out of the church. I'm just kind of venting out to y'all. Not really like, but not quality content. It's more like a diary to me, right? And here's what I think everybody should be fighting. You know, you want to start, like, if you can't defend yourself, right, that's always a huge problem. Because getting like bullied in middle school, elementary school, and you can't walk with your head up high. I've noticed that. Like, me personally, I'd go out anywhere, middle of the night, whatever. Like, I know I always have to fuck around and like bring up trouble, but I'm always very careful, like, when it comes to that stuff. But I'm never like super scared of everything, you know. I just kind of like walk out there. I don't have to feel scared, you know, because like, I didn't really understand how scared some people are. Like 50% of the population, which isn't men, are scared of men. And I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, and she says with me she turns off her brain, and I'm like, what do you mean? Because like she doesn't have to worry about like guys on the corner over there, whatever, right? So as a man, I never have to think about that or worry about it. So that's always interesting to think about. And even among other men, when you know how to fight, you become part of the higher percentage, or like the stronger percent of the population, right? Because only so few people know how to fight, or any idea on how to fight, or know how to throw a proper 1-2. Or I'm not saying I know how to throw a proper 1-2, but you know, they know how to wrestle, or like one martial art or the other. And then if you know like MMA or like all forms of fighting, that only puts you at a higher ranking. And yeah, man, it's interesting. Like fighting's changed my life a lot. I'm grateful for it, and it brings me so much peace. Like, I feel like as a man, when you know how to fight, you're gonna be far less violent. If you always have like a release system, you're gonna be far less violent. Like, you know, if you go to the gym, it's gonna make you like so much more peaceful. You're not gonna want to start up shit. You're gonna be like so much more in control of your feelings and your actions, for sure. It doesn't apply to all men, but I feel like men that do know how to fight and know the extent of their power, strength, they're not gonna go out there and be abusive too much, you know, unless they're intoxicated or somebody really wants to stir up trouble. Because whatever I'm saying, there's Conor McGregor and John Jones and Tony Ferguson that have like cases on them, and it doesn't really hold up to my point. But I feel like I'm way more in control because I know how to fight, you know, because I know how to fight. I don't go out there and, you know, bully people, or, you know, like try to like really show my strength on them, because I already know where I stand. A lot of people are just confused on where they stand, like amongst the average population. That's why like people are always like trying to fight and like, oh yeah, let's fight, right? That's my theory, that what is it called? That if you already fight, you're not gonna go out there picking fights, right? And if it comes to you, you know how to deal with it. And I've just been yapping all day. Haven't really even worked out. I'm gonna just hit these 100 push-ups, shower, call it a day. I've been taking it light because my body's still sore. You know, like, rest is important. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, no rest, every day, workout every day. Active rest is fine, bro. As long as you're going out there, getting some air, stepping on grass, then you're straight, you're Gucci. All right, that's it for the video today. 30 minutes. Kind of long, sorry. Anyways, peace out, y'all. Bye-bye.